Hi, I'm Sunny from Inside, and today I'm with Umar from Earth, and we're going to take an inside look at HQ by Rove, which is the first hospitality branded office spaces in Business Bay. Thank you for joining me, Umar.
Thank you, Sunny. It's my pleasure to be here.
So my first question is, where did the concept of HQ by Rove come from?
So the concept of HQ by Rove originates from the idea that commercial real estate is very outdated today. When you think about offices, you're thinking about buildings which are old, which are soulless, as I would say it. We came up with a concept where we are targeting the future of commercial real estate. We want people to engage in hospitality. This is where the whole idea of Rove and hospitality came into place. When we are talking about office spaces, why hospitality, right? A lot of the times, all the corporate events, if you think of it, is done in a hotel setting. The reason they do it in a hotel setting today is because of the ecosystem of hotels, where you have the valet, where you have the reception, where you have the concierge. It's the whole ecosystem and the experience that people are treating themselves, the employees, the clients, the overall investors. The whole ecosystem of the hotel is what's being catered to when corporates host events in a hotel. What we are doing different is we are bringing this setting into 365 days of the year, 24/7. Your office is like a hotel. It's a serviced hotel-like environment where you're operating as a tenant.
Yeah, sounds great. And I think that we had the conversation earlier where it very much feels like office spaces are stuck in the 80s. And if you look at the landscape of the UAE, residentials have come along leaps and bounds, and they have like a wonderful array of amenities. Yet we don't have that same synergy with the office spaces. And increasingly, people across the UAE do spend a lot of time at work, so it's nice to give them that ecosystem for wellness, fitness, mindfulness, all incorporated into their day-to-day working lives.
Correct. The whole idea is that a lot of your time is being spent during your office hours, so you're spending most of your day in the office. If you're encouraging people, if you are creating a harmony between the lifestyle element of your day-to-day life and the element of work, play and live, the idea is you are working at the same place, you are enjoying your life, you are much more motivated to work.
Yeah, and work becomes play and play becomes work.
Correct.
So then, Umar, the question is, from your perspective, who do you see as the end user? Who do you see working in an office like this?
So firstly, as you understand, this is an off-plan project. So at the current moment, we are targeting investors who are looking at a higher ROI, a good potential growth. The project revolves around investors. Now, of course, the fundamentals and the base element is that who are the tenants that will be in this office building. When you're thinking about the overall lifestyle aspect that you're bringing into the office, these are agencies like tech agencies. It's not restricted to any certain industry, but it gives much more flexibility where any industry can enter into a building like this and become a tenant, where they want to enjoy the entire facility, a headquarter-like facility of an office building. They have the whole environment in which their businesses can thrive. It's a plug and play model where any business that wants to set up their shop in Dubai or expand their horizons, coming from different region, coming from offices which are, like we said, outdated in Dubai, they want to operate in a building which gives the whole facility a whole ecosystem of functioning right from day one, are the businesses that can enter over here. We are looking at tech industry, we are looking at startups,
creative agencies,
marketing agencies, if you're talking about businesses that have their core businesses set up but do not want to invest too much into setting up a reception, setting up all the admin related works. It's just a plug and play model. Exactly.
Okay, definitely. We will show you the renders, of course, throughout this video, but the whole vibe and energy is very young, like relaxed, playful in spirit, I would say. So I think it's conducive to, that kind of like environment of like fun and play and like not necessarily feeling like you're at work, a bit like maybe what the Google offices would look like.
Absolutely. Actually, this is where we drew inspiration from as well. Today, if you think about the whole story begins from the COVID era. So if you recall the COVID era, a lot of people were working from home. People were generally working from home. They were enjoying the lifestyle. They were enjoying, while it was a painful time for many, it was a time where people were enjoying their life in terms of work-life balance. Now, A lot of companies struggle to call employees back into offices. This is where big companies like Google, like the Teslas, like the Facebook built their own horizontal headquarters where it was a lifestyle within their workspace. This is how they managed to recall the top talent and keep their employees motivated, to keep their top talent, to retain their top talent as well. This is where we drew the inspiration, where we want to give the opportunity for small and medium and any sort of businesses to have the whole headquarter like feeling similar to a Google headquarters within the building. So the whole building is your office, it's your headquarters.
And essentially a place where people want to come.
Correct.
You know, like you want to get in the car,
You
you
want
want to
to
be there.
Yes, you want to. You feel like you're missing out by not being
Yeah,
there.
FOMO for sure.
Yeah.
Umar, can we run through the amenities, because they are quite exceptional and there are many of them. And as far as I'm concerned, correct me if I'm wrong, that there is not this kind of offering for amenities across Dubai and the UAE at the minute.
The amenities we focus are business centric, where you have a whole community within the building.
Yeah.
You have amenities when we're talking about TED Talk studios. There are event spaces if you want to launch a product, if you want to host a TED Talk event, if you want to host a networking event. There are leisure amenities. There's a gym in the building. Today when you finish work, there's a lot of traffic that's flowing into
Yeah.
Dubai.
So you could stay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
love that
could
idea.
stay another couple of hours. You could enjoy your gym. We have
Yeah.
a 10,000 square foot gym in the podium
You could play
level.
paddle.
There is a
It-
paddle court.
Yeah,
Paddle
I
court.
love
Paddle. I say it's the new
It's
age
like
golf.
a religion to me.
It's the new age golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
And in addition, you know, maybe there's a WhatsApp group where everybody in the building plays paddle with each other, and there's a
Absolutely.
natural way to
Correct.
network and converse about business
Correct.
and understand people's different perspectives.
Absolutely. This was the idea. We wanted to make sure it's a building where people are engaging. It's we are activating the amenities rather than just having them there.
So maybe the whole thing is designed so that you are naturally crossing each other's paths and you are
Correct.
naturally conversing.
Absolutely. Amongst that, we also have multiple meeting rooms, communal lounges, communal spaces within the entire building that encourages people to be out of office. So while you're in your office building, you're not confined to your office space. We encourage people to be out of office. Our slogan is actually OOO, out of office.
Nice.
While you're in the office, go outside the office, meet with people, work from outside, utilize the meeting rooms, utilize the rooftop amenities, utilize the podium level amenities. You can sit in the podium outdoors. There are sunken seats. You can sit and work and collaborate.
What about the pods?
Throughout the building, we have silent meeting pods where you have, it's air conditioned. You can sit inside. You can book them through your booking app. You utilize them as your additional space. So you're not restricted to your size of office. You're utilizing much more than what you're paying
But I
for.
was thinking more about, is it the sleep pods or the tree pods?
There are also nap pods in the building. So like I said, you're encouraging work, play and live. So someone who's tired, you had a long day, 10-hour workspace, there is a nap pod you can actually
that,
enjoy.
yeah.
There is a wellness center, there's a spa center. So it's the idea where you're building a marriage between lifestyle and work style.
What does the wellness center encompass?
So there is a wellness center where you have a spa and you have an indoor semi-Olympic swimming pool and you have a whole facility of a juice bar, for example. There is a vitamin cafe that we call it. Again, the idea is today when you start your day, you are going to the laundry, you are going to the gym, you are going to your beauty salons, you are going to your swimming pool in a different place. Everything is happening, but they're happening at different places. We are putting everything together where you leave your home, you come into the office, you have your gym in the office building, you have a beauty lounge in the office building for the quick touch-ups. You need a quick touch-up, you need a quick haircut, you have beauty lounge in the building. You also have laundry in the building. You just drop your clothes over there, next day you pick it up. So it's a whole ecosystem where you're going from your home to office, and anything in between is within your office building.
The amenities do sound spectacular. Can you give me a little bit more detail about the concierge services that will come with that?
So what we are bringing, how I like to put it, is that we are bringing soul to this entire proposition by the concierge services. This is the soul that's been missing in a lot of businesses previously. What we are doing with concierge services is that you have an option of utilizing these services of professional call handling, high-speed internet throughout the building. You have the option of office assistant, IT managers, your key account managers. The idea is that as a business, you should be focusing on your core business, your operations,
and not all
leave
of the
all
administrative
the
stuff.
administrative stuff to a third party.
That sounds amazing.
The idea is that today, as a receptionist, you're paying a salary, you're paying a visa cost, and you're paying a space cost in terms of real estate.
Yeah.
With the services, what you will have an option is that this is all virtual. So this is all being done outsourced, where they will be assisting you and catering to different businesses. So the cost becomes variable cost rather than a fixed cost for a business. It allows businesses to operate light, lean, and focus on the core of their business.
So do they have to pay additionally for that?
It's covered in the service charge.
Beautiful. Okay.
So it's part of the service charge.
So it's a huge value add in that respect, right?
So when you're looking at tenants, for example, it's a big value addition where a tenant can move in from day one.
Turnkey, let's say.
It's a turnkey solution.
And a no-brainer. All of the stress has been taken out of the situation.
So for new businesses, it's a much easier setup.
Yeah, and for not only new businesses, but like you said, being able to focus on your core business as opposed to all of the little bits and bobs that take up so much time.
Absolutely, yes.
So let's talk about the location now. We're in Marassi Bay. So why did we choose there? And how does HQ by Rove fit into the wider Business Bay context?
So when you talk about offices in Dubai, majority of the transactions, 55% of Dubai's commercial real estate transaction occurs in Business Bay. So Business Bay is already a well-established hub for businesses, which means for people to enter into Business Bay today, it's very difficult because there is no availability. Business Bay today, the grade A occupancy is sitting at 95%, whereas overall in Dubai, occupancy sits at 90%. So we want, as a developer, we always want to operate in locations which are prime, because the infrastructure is built, it provides safety and security for investors, because prime locations survive through the test of times. You're not waiting for an infrastructure to develop. Secondly,
so you want it to be in a mature location.
Absolutely. So you're not involved in guessworks. You're investing in something that's certain.
But that said, we all understand the context of the traffic in Business Bay, right?
Correct. This is why, to my second point, Marassi Bay is very important. Where we are located in Business Bay today is something very important. Our plot is located directly on Al Khail Road. What we are doing as an additional convenience is that we are improving accessibility. From the plot, we are giving a private road which connects into Marassi Drive. From this road, you are taking maximum another minute to enter into Al Khail Road, both sides of Dubai. This is a private entry and exit that leads directly into HQ by Road. This is a big value addition for investors in the future. Secondly, this specific location, when you're talking about Marassi Bay, there's a lot of ultra luxury developments that's happening around in this location, which will drive the future value of the location. When your locality and your neighborhood is ultra luxury, which is transforming into an ultra luxurious destination, there was a man-made beach club that's also been announced in the same locality, which is walking distance from our plot.
Nice. If you get bored of the office.
Exactly. So all of this is what will elevate the positioning of this plot in the market.
So whilst we're in a mature area such as Business Bay, there's still room for appreciation in the bay itself.
Absolutely. Due to the area being transformed into ultra luxury.
Yes. Okay. And which projects are you?
We are referring to Inara, done by Omniat. There is Lana Dorchester that's already there. There is Bella Viento that's coming, and then the Omniat Man-Made Beach Club, which is going to elevate the entire area. That's
of course. So essentially, we're talking about a mini Omniat master plan, and you've just slotted yourself nicely in there as the value proposition. But I wouldn't say that you're compromised in any way. It's just a different lifestyle.
Absolutely. If you see the plot location, it is also what we call a landmark plot. The reason being, it's directly sitting on Al Khail Road, where millions of cars are passing by as they enter Business Bay or downtown. So it's the first plot, the first building, the beautiful facade of HQ by Rove that you see as your point of reference. This is something that will elevate the brand in the future.
Like a billboard.
Exactly. It's your free advertisement when it comes to the branding.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Let's take a moment now to reflect on the current commercial market and what are the pain points that people are finding with their offices today.
So we identified 4 key points that were missing in the commercial real estate today based on our feasibility studies. One was the lifestyle aspect, which we are tackling by the 120,000 square foot of amenities that we are providing. Secondly, it's the accessibility, the easy ins and outs, the drop-offs, the valet, all of these things are what's adding value.
The lifts, I heard?
Absolutely. So that was number 3. So we are building a private road for the private access for people to enter and exit. So there will be 2 levels that they can enter and exit the platform. And thirdly, the lifts that we are talking about. This is if someone has been to any building in Dubai, it's a big pain point.
It sounds like so silly, but it
Yes.
can be like 10 minutes or what have you. Yeah?
Correct. So our office building has 30 floors in total, and we have 21 elevators, all high-speed elevators that are deployed within the building. What this means for end users, based on our simulation, if the entire building wants to move out at the same time, no one is waiting more than 35 seconds.
Wow.
This is a game changer
Yeah.
when it comes to offices, because everything is time. When you're at work, time is money.
We're
So-
really moving into the future, right?
Yes,
It's a very
yes.
kind of futuristic proposition.
Correct. And then finally the parkings. This is the fourth pain point,
Yeah.
which is a
We
huge pain
experienced that
point
this
in Dubai.
morning, right?
Yes. So the parkings are a big pain point when it comes to offices in Dubai, specifically in Business Bay as well. What we are doing is we are providing 35% additional parkings compared to the code that's required.
Yeah.
The building required us to, the DLD law required us to provide 718 parkings.
Yeah.
We are providing 988 parkings
Amazing.
across 8 floors. This is also very important because spreading the parkings across multiple floors means that it's ease of traffic, it's ease of flow of traffic within the building. There's no bottleneck that's happening, which is something that we are already catering to starting from day one.
And obviously with that modular system, some people could be taking larger units, so you could have
Correct.
less, cars there anyway.
Correct. And it's people can rent those parking spaces, can be utilized for visitor parkings,
Yeah,
for
amazing.
valet parking,
Yeah.
and so much more.
So there's some flexibility there.
Yes.
Okay, so you've covered off like 3 of the main pain points of commercial real estate today, correct?
Correct.
So now obviously it's all about the investors. So from an investor lens, what makes this project compelling?
So when you're talking about investors, these are people who want to have a good ROI, a stable ROI. When you're talking about office spaces, it's stable ROI because your businesses are there for longer leases.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
number one. And you, throughout the globe, in any developed markets, you expect a higher ROI compared to residential when
Yeah.
you're talking about commercial
It's
real
like
estate.
cleaner almost, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. So when we're talking about our project, as you know, in Dubai, today there are 258,000 active mainland licenses. Dubai's vision is to have 500,000 by 2030, which is almost double the number of businesses that are existing today.
Yeah.
What this will mean is that there will be a huge demand in future for office spaces. The existing offices are going to surge in value. We have already seen that in the last 4 quarters. We are expecting the same to continue over the next 8 to 10 years because there's not enough supply in Dubai when it comes to commercial real estate.
But also not just the supply in total, but the caliber. Like how many of those offices would I personally want to rent?
Absolutely.
Or overseas investors or people that would want to, actually enjoy those buildings,
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is the reason we are seeing a lot of interest in our project because one, it's commercial real estate. Commercial real estate will move regardless of what project it is because of the huge demand in the market today.
And I have noticed even with my clients, them shifting more towards from residential to commercial for those very reasons.
Correct. So this is the reason we are actually seeing a lot of influx of demand into our project. As an investor, someone who's looking for capital reservation, capital gains, and someone who's looking for a good ROI, a solid product that meets all the fundamentals of all the core of commercial real estate, needs to act fast to make sure they secure something in this project.
Yeah, because again, Rove is a well-established brand.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the UAE will know of it, and then this unique proposition because we're not talking the same prices of those other grade A commercial spots.
Correct.
So we're talking a nice price per square foot. And based on the location and the branding, something that is got the potential to deliver a great return.
Correct. So we are talking about a product which is very easy to enter because if you saw our floor plates, they are very modular. It's a very flexible option.
Yeah.
We operate because today commercial real estate creates between 1,000 square foot offices all the way up to 20,000 square foot, which is where 85% of the market is.
Yeah.
We are offering something for everyone. Someone who wants to go for a full floor of 23,000 square foot, they have that option of a full floor plate of 23,000 square foot. Or someone who wants to start from a smaller investment, 700 square foot, but still have a potential high returns. They can also operate on the smallest ticket sizes.
So the smallest sizes
is 680 square foot.
Yeah, so effectively the size of a studio.
Correct.
And then you get to use all of those amenities.
Absolutely. So the idea is that for an investor, it's a very affordable ticket sizes. It's not restricted to just pure investors. Even residential investors can enter today. Someone who wants, because today as foreign investors, they're entering Dubai because they want to purchase they want to purchase an investment. It doesn't matter, it's a studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or a commercial office. What we are giving is a product which has a high ROI potential, a high capital gain potential, and a good fundamental product at the end that will reserve value for the foreign investors.
And not to mention a high ROI, but a consistent one at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And in terms of therefore making it and talking about the investor, the payment plan.
So our payment plan is a very convenient payment plan. This is the most beautiful part of our product, where we are offering a 50-50 payment plan, which is also linked to construction. So let's say in 2025, the investor pays up to 20%. In 2026, they will pay 10% with 6 months gap in between. In 27, they will pay 10%. 28, they will pay 10%. And in 2029, Q1 2029, when it's expected to hand over, is when they will pay the 50%, which they can also mortgage.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you are just reserving 50% in the 3.5-year horizon, which is also linked to construction.
Yeah.
While the 50% could be mortgage, and you're making either your equity gains on the first 50, or you are making your capital gains at the end of, or on the entirety.
So it's a very digestible payment plan. Correct. In that respect. Okay. So then the question, Umar, is what kind of ROIs can we expect from a project like this?
So when we're talking about commercial real estate, people look at double-digit figures, especially our project that is offering a whole ecosystem, a plug-and-play model, which people are willing to pay a premium, where they are getting everything ready on day one, is something that's not available in the market today.
Yeah.
But we compare against what's existing today. Today, grade A commercial spaces in Business Bay are renting at an average price per square foot of 440 dirhams when it's rentals. If you compare our project, something like this does not exist. Consider the 3.5-year growth, consider the supply constraint that's already existing in commercial real estate today. We are easily looking at a 12.5 to 13% net ROI to investors, and this is a very conservative number.
So we've spoken about the ROI, the potential for appreciation, and then of course the payment plan. But one thing that's very compelling about this offer is that it comes fully furnished.
Yes, so this is a game changer in offices. Today, based on our feasibility study, the most searched keyword when it comes to leasing offices is fully fitted.
Wow, okay.
While majority of the developers provide shell and core. What we are giving is that we are giving a complimentary service where all of our offices come fully fitted and fully furnished.
Yeah.
This is one, it's maintaining the DNA of the brand Rove.
Yeah.
So where you have a standards that's being maintained across the building.
There's one handwriting.
Exactly. There's one handwriting in the entire building that's very beautifully put.
Yeah.
If you see a lot of buildings, some are ultra luxury, some are completely different. This maintains one standard in the building, which is a very high quality standard. And from investment angle, day one, you are ready to lease it out. You're not waiting to furnish it. You're not waiting for a fit out solution. This gives much more flexibility to investors who may not be as savvy in terms of fit out and turnkey solutions.
And they don't maybe not want the headache either.
Exactly.
But more importantly, I think it really appeals to who's the tenant. These are people that maybe starting businesses or want to test the water, and they don't want all of the cost of furnishing it. And
Correct.
This allows them to be able to rent a place for potentially 1 year, 2 years, see how things go, and then expand from there.
Yes.
Okay, we've covered off quite a bit here, but to conclude, let's just talk through the metrics that we believe make it a good investment.
So there are multiple metrics. One is the low supply of offices in Dubai in general. So this is number one, where you are targeting a market which is very low in supply. So that's the core of real estate, supply and demand. Low supply is high demand. So that's offices, number one. Number two is the brand that we're bringing, which is the Rove brand, which gives you hospitality, safety, security, and a quality and a brand assurance that it will be delivered. Yes. And third is the amenities that we're bringing, the whole lifestyle, the whole community in the building.
Yeah.
Fourth is the pain points that we are tackling throughout the building, the ease of access, the private road, the elevators we talked about, the parking spaces, the whole free communal spaces within the building, which makes the whole building your headquarters. You're not confined by space. As an investor, you're looking at maximizing your ROIs.
Yeah.
So these are all the core points that we're tackling on this project.
Amazing. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today. If any investors out there would like to speak to myself and Umar, then please reach out and we can happily talk you through all of the information about this project. But myself and Umar believe that it's a truly exciting opportunity. So until next time, keep your standards high and your decisions sharp.